blue whales swimming alongside crayfishes. We are normally abnormal people. It is like we have been cursed with leprosy the way we are kept outside the populace. Invite one of us to an all-white jeans party, he would come in wearing a purple lace. We have become pariahs. Like nicotine, we have become addicted to this solitude. We are lone wolves amazed, proud and prideless lions whose blind eyes are focused on worthless prizes for. While they all aim for their stars, we aim for the stars. Can you not see that we and them are different? That we are black ships in this herd full of white ships, but deep inside we are scared. Scared that we would die eventually. In these castles that we have built for ourselves with very high, impenetrable walls with no doors because we fear letting anyone in. And just like physical starvation leads to death, so does this loneliness mentally disintegrate our minds every cursed day. For like the tale of the blind men and the elephants, we do not change. We just don't remain the same. And while they all think that there are 50 shades of grey, there are as many shades of us as there are people in our lives, and most times we want to escape from the earth and all of its troubles, so we pick up our pens, paints, brushes and feathers which are mightier than their swords and guns and want to write for ourselves the perfect poems and flawless stories. But writing the perfect poems and flawless stories is like dropping a rose petal down the Grand Canyon and waiting to hear the echo. Impossible. We are misfits, but we know love, and our love is of a birth as rare as it is for grass to grow on cemented floor. Our love is begotten by despair upon impossibility. For magnanimous despair alone could have shown us so divine a thing. You see, we are conscious, cool, calm, clean, connected colonies, constantly calculating and counting countless closed cases, counting syllables and rhyme schemes, always dotting our I's and crossing our T's, the same way they have dots in their eyes and they keep brushing their teeth.
If you cast me out, for since you've seen without, if you cast me out, do ensure your screens are clean, no doubt. Do ensure your screens are clean, no doubt.
There was an outcast. He is an artist, considered an outcast. He still wonders why his form of arts varies from the masses' arts. Now he's been looked down upon by the other artists, as if he were an unwanted specimen under their microscopic glasses. They say this outcast is practicing malpractice. He get lost at last, not following our art laws. Worst of all is, he soon get outclassed, and as he never was a member of an art class, they never gonna consider the art his heart has. I pray his soul at last will leave art as an outcast. But to find the root of truth, I thought of Nicodemus. To find the root of truth, let's learn from Nicodemus. And there was an outcast, a social outcast. He ain't like superstars who got all those works. Ain't rich like a mini star, he's considered not worth a mini star. Didn't work with Julius Berger. This outcast, he's just a wretched beggar. So he couldn't feed, not to talk of paying taxes. Got blisters on his feet, can't afford boarding taxes. One day he picked up popcorn from a small stall. He used his tactics, but unfortunately someone around there smartly noticed. For that they need the beggar, cause I had jungle justice. He was burned down to ashes, I had jungle justice. Now back to the axis, please I need an access to access. The question to access, where the superstars, ministers and barristers, ain't we supposed to care and pray for poor and needy beggars? In this society, there's a lot of social outcasts. Just look around you, there's the kind of Lazarus. I say just look around you, rich man, there's the kind of Lazarus. And there's an outcast. He's a church outcast, or should I say as they call him, an iconoclast. At first he was a Christian, that's from time past, but when he fell, instead of pointing him back to the cross, the church decided to denounce him as an outcast. Now being an outcast, he needed prayer nor fast, cause after all he says, answers never came fast. Now for this outcast, to fulfill the tight task, he would rather double it and use it all to pay tax, or rather play cards. And now his hatred for the church has gone vast and vast. Maybe he causes most of the church bomb blasts. But if this outcast was a righteous outcast, he remembered Jesus Christ was considered an outcast. For the church he came to save from rottenness and rust, was the first to betray his trust and hang him on the cross. And now the same Christ, the central figure for the church's focus, the stone which the builders rejected and cast out, becomes the chief cornerstone at last. So when others view us as outcasts, let's think of Lazarus and Nicodemus. When others view us as outcasts, let's think of Christ Jesus upon the cross. To every outcast, let not your present state make you feel downcast, but the life of afterlife should be your focus. Cause of flesh at last, must turn to dusky dust. Every flesh at last must be an outcast. Our flesh at last must turn to dusky dust. Every flesh at last must be an outcast.
We are misfits.
We are outcasts.
We are poets.
We are storytellers.
We are normally abnormal people.
Sojourn's touch.